Hello, my name is Lindsay Lee, and in this video, I will be talking about how to perform basic calculations on Excel. I will be using some sample sales data that I got from Capel.com for this example. Now, as you can see, the data lists each order's ID number, the product type, the quantity ordered, the price of each product, the order date, and the purchase address. Now, the first thing that we want to find is the order subtotal. And we're going to do this by multiplying the price of each product by the quantity ordered. So the first thing we're going to do is click into the cell where we want to perform our calculation, and we're going to enter an equal sign because every formula in Excel begins with an equal sign. Once we do that, we're going to click into the cell that holds our first value. And as you can see, it shows the cell reference of the cell that we clicked on. Then we're going to add our operator sign, which will be the multiplication sign. And then we're going to add our second value, which is the quantity ordered. Once we do that, all we have to do is press enter on our keyboard, and Excel will perform our calculation. Now, instead of manually entering this formula over and over again for every single order, I'm going to use a very handy tool in Excel called the fill handle. Now, the fill handle appears on the bottom right corner of the selected cell, and one of its functions is called Flash Fill. To activate Flash Fill, I'm going to double-click on the fill handle, and Excel will automatically copy the formula and paste it down for all of my orders. So the next thing we're going to find is the order total after tax. To find this value, all we're going to do is subtract the tax from the order subtotal that we just found. Now again, the first thing we're going to do is click into the cell where we want to perform our calculation, enter the equal sign, and then click on the first cell that has our first value. Once we do that, we're going to add our operator sign, which is the subtraction sign, and then we're going to find our tax value. We're going to do this by first entering an opening parentheses, clicking on the order subtotal again, and then adding the multiplication order operator sign, and then clicking on the tax value. Now, if we want to use the flash fill function like we did last time and automatically copy down our formula for all of the orders, we're going to have to use something called absolute cell referencing. Now, absolute cell referencing basically tells Excel to lock in this value when it copies down the formula for each order. So all I'm going to do to activate absolute cell referencing is on my keyboard, click FN F4. And that will automatically add a $sign before each character in the cell reference. Now, to finish this calculation, I'm just going to add a closing parentheses and press enter. And as you can see, Excel beautifully calculated the order total after tax. Now again, instead of manually entering the formula for every single order, I'm going to again use the fill handle and double click it to activate the flash fill function, which as you can see again, it has entered all of the order totals after tax for each order automatically. Really quickly before moving on, something that's really cool about absolute cell referencing is that if we come over here to the tax rate and we wanted to change it to say 20%, because Excel knows that the value in this cell is locked in, it automatically changes all of the order totals and updates them to the new value. So the next thing that we're going to find is the total sales for this month. To do this, we're going to add up all of the order totals here by using something in Excel called a function. Now, a function is basically a pre-designed calculation that Excel has that makes it super easy for us to perform any type of calculation that we want. So again, the first thing we're going to do is click into the cell where we want to perform our calculation, enter the equal sign, and then we're going to come up here and click on this FX symbol. This will display all of the functions that Excel can perform. So the function that we want to use is called the sum function. So since that is already selected, we're going to press OK. And Excel will tell us that we need to input the values needed to perform this calculation. So we're going to move this out of the way. We're going to click on the first value that we would like to input, and then we're going to click Control, Shift, and then the down arrow on our keyboard to select the rest of the order totals. Now this will tell Excel a range here, H2 to H500. This will tell Excel to add up all the values from the cell H2 to the cell H500. So now all we have to do is press OK. And as you can see, Excel added up all of the order totals using the sum function. Now just to double check, what we can do is select all of the order totals again and come down here, and Excel will tell us the sum of all of the selected cells, which is 85,023.94, which is the same value that we got up here. So that is how I use Excel to perform basic calculations. Now these calculations, no matter how simple or complex, can be used for any type of purpose, whether you are tracking key performance indicators within your business or just doing some of your own personal expenses. The possibilities are endless. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.